I would say today's session is going to be very, very profound because I would say very, very relatable too. Because social media has touched our life to a great extent. When we see the lives of other people, the perfect lives, flawless selfies, or my life is amazing posts, the couple photos that scream hashtag relationship goals. It just look amazing. But if someone posted, had a panic attack before my job interview today, or feeling lost about my future, and honestly scared I'm not good enough, which post would make you stop scrolling? Which person would you actually want to talk to? Because the perfect life selfies or the perfect life posts, we just dream of having that, but we are not able to connect with them because we feel that our life is full of miseries. We are vulnerable. We don't have that. So, the one that shows some panic attack, some vulnerability, we get connected with that. So today we are going to explore why showing up as a real self, messy, imperfect, beautifully human, is actually your superpower in relationships. Let's be honest. We have been raised in a culture that loves the phrase, log kya kahenge? What will people say? From childhood, we are taught to present our best face to the world. And for our teenagers here, you post that perfect study setup on your story, but don't mention you cried for 20 minutes before because you don't understand chemistry. You smile and say, I'm fine, when aunties ask you about your boards, but inside, you're terrified or disappointing everyone. And for the women here, you handle everything household, kids, career with a smile, but never admit that some days you lock yourself in the bathroom just to breathe. You post about your child's achievements, but never about the day you felt like you were failing as a mother. So here's what I've learned: vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the ultimate act of courage. Think about it. When your friend finally tells you she's struggling with her in laws, or when your daughter admits she's scared about her future, don't you feel closer to them? Don't you respect them more, not less? So let's understand why we connect with honesty, not perfection. Because honesty is real. Let me tell you about Priya. She was the girl who seemed to have it all: perfect grades, perfect boyfriend, perfect family. Everyone admired her from afar, but no one felt close to her. She was like a beautiful statue, impressive but untouchable. And then one day, during a college trip, she broke down. She told us how she felt like she was living someone else's life, how the pressure to be perfect was suffocating her, how she hadn't slept properly in months because of anxiety. And something magical happened. Instead of judging her, we all gathered around her. Suddenly, others started sharing their own struggles. And that night, real friendships were born, not based on perfection, but on truth. So here's the secret: people don't connect with your highlight reel, they connect with your behind the scenes moments. So when you share your real struggles, you give others permission to be human too. You create space for authentic connection. You build trust that goes deeper than surface level chat. So you no longer become or remain an untouchable. Why saying untouchable? Because having a perfect life, perfect food, perfect ambience everywhere, perfect clothes. And many a times, many most of you would agree the kind of clothes celebrities wear, we dare not wear in our daily lives. But they seem to be just perfect. But that's not true. So remember the last time someone really opened up to you? Try thinking about it. How did it feel? I bet you felt honored, trusted, and probably closer to them than ever before. So let me share the art of starting small. So now I'm not saying you should spill your deepest secrets to the vegetable vendor, announce your insecurities at the family WhatsApp group. Vulnerability is an art, not a flood. Start with people who have earned your trust. Talking about teenagers, instead of saying I'm fine when your best friend asks how you're doing, try saying, actually, I'm really nervous about this presentation tomorrow. What if I mess up? And for women, instead of everything is under control syndrome, when your husband asks about your day, try saying, I felt overwhelmed today. Managing everything felt harder than usual. The beautiful thing about small vulnerabilities is they are like seeds. Plant one and watch your relationships grow stronger. The person who receives your honesty feels trusted and they are likely to reciprocate. I know a mother who started sharing one small worry with her teenage daughter each week. Nothing heavy, just honest moments like, I'm nervous about this work presentation, or I miss my mother today. And her daughter started opening up too. Now they have the kind of relationship where real conversation happens, not just how was school or fine. So, here's what happens when you start being more vulnerable: you become a safe space for others. When you show that it's okay to not be okay, others feel permission to drop their masks too. Or I would say your relationship deepen. Those surface level friendships transform into connections that actually nourish your soul, and you stop feeling so alone. So when you realize everyone has fears, everyone has doubts, everyone has their own struggles, you stop feeling like you are the only one who doesn't have life figured out. So I remember talking to a group of women in my society. So we started with the typical small talk, kids, weather, the rising prices of vegetables, and then woman mentioned she was struggling with the teenager's behavior. So instead of advice or judgment, she got understanding. And soon they were all sharing their parenting challenges, their career doubts, their fears about aging parents. So that one conversation changed everything. So these women went from nodding acquaintances to a support system. They created a WhatsApp group where they share not just festival photos, but real life. The messy, beautiful, complicated truth of being human. So here's your challenge for this week: choose one person you trust. Share one thing you usually keep hidden: a fear, a doubt, a hope, a struggle. Nothing too heavy, just something real. Maybe it's telling your friend, I'm scared I chose the wrong career path. Or maybe it's admitting to your partner, I feel lonely sometimes, even when we are together. Or maybe it's sharing with your mom, I don't feel confident about this decision I have to make. And journal on this question: what's one thing I hide that I wish I could share? Don't overthink it. Just write whatever comes up. And you don't have to share everything you write. But awareness is the first step to connection. So, and that's why we say vulnerability is the bridge to true intimacy. No mask, just presence. So, in a world obsessed with perfection, your authenticity is revolutionary. Your struggles don't make you weak, they make you human. And your humanity is exactly what the people who matter are looking for. So here's my invitation. This week, dare to be real with someone. Share something true. Build a bridge of vulnerability and watch how it transforms not just your relationships, but your entire experience of being human. And after all, we are all just walking each other home on this journey called life. So why not do it together? Mask free and heart open. And with that thought, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.